Hello and welcome to Belfast. The capital city of Northern Ireland will always be linked with the iconic industry of shipbuilding, where huge, great, strong men once plied their trade. So it seems fitting that we're back here for an 8th consecutive year on the banks of the River Lagan as we look to crown the UK's Strongest Man 2011. 16 competitors in all have qualified to be here. They'll compete in 13 gruelling events over 3 days. We turn our attention now to the 8 in Group A.
My name's Robert Drennan, Nottingham in England, 30 years old.
1 metre 85 tall, 133 kilograms in weight, works in air cargo, we're told, is married to Mary Ann.
Realistic, I'd like to be in top 5, success, top 3. It'd be a dream come true to win. It's something I've dreamt of from a child. I'm really happy to be here because it's a great show.
Eddie Hall, 23, Newcastle-Stoke-on-Trent.
Well, the HGV mechanic is 142 kilograms in weight, 1 metre 88 tall, big fella, and clearly wants to be the best.
Obviously, to be crowned UK's Strongest Man, there's no better title other than going to the Worlds. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jeff Capes, how well they've done and how far they've gone, I want to do the same. I'd love to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, be on TV, could be.
Mark Lawson, 37, County Durham.
Married to Jackie, 2 children, Matthew and Anna. He's 1 metre 83 tall, weighs 133 kilograms, second place in the UK Strongest Man competition in the past.
Every time I come to Ireland, everyone else gets bigger. I'm sort of just short of 21 stone, and Richard Smith 25 stone, Paul Carter 29 stone, so yeah, I feel quite small. I'm seriously thinking about making this my last UK's appearance, so I'd like to go out on a high. I've got a second place trophy at home, I'd like a first place to go with it.
Lewis McLean, and I qualified through Scotland.
Well, from Fort William, a joiner in married, 2 boys and 1 girl. He's 6 feet 2, that's 1 metre 88, and he weighs 123.8 kilograms. Eliminated on the second day last year, incidentally.
I'm very happy to be here because I've been out for over a year. My whole left side was paralysed at one stage. I was told I would never lift weights again after that, but you get there if you want to be there. My daughter's 14, it looks very like her mother now, so that's going to become a problem. I don't fancy the boyfriends coming round.
Ken Nowitzki, I'm Scotland's Strongest Man and I'm a future champion.
Well, he certainly is Scotland's Strongest Man. He's a bright young man. He's 127 kilograms in weight. He's a student and a good one too. 9th place last year.
I've just graduated with a Masters in Chemical and Process Engineering. In this sport, you've got to be able to use tactics, you've got to be able to use your head and be smart about how to do things. Top 5 would be definitely a success. Last year I finished 9th, got to improve from that. It's going to hurt a lot, but pain tells you you're still alive, you know.
Paul Roberts, 35, Wexford in Ireland.
Well, Paul Roberts of Ireland is the Republic of Ireland Strongman Champion 2009, second in the All-Ireland Championships twice in 2005 and 2011.
I got to the All-Irelands and came second in the All-Irelands, which is more to my form, to be honest, and I'm here now. I'm realistically looking to get to as far as I can, putting in 100% in every event without an injury. I've been involved in strongman for 10 years now at this stage, and it's important for me to look after myself going forward.
Richard Smith, Wales, and I'm 22.
Well, he's from Flintshire, he's 1 metre 98 tall, he's 160 kilograms in weight, and looking to do well here.
At the minute, I'm completely focused on this. That's it. That's all I think about. As soon as I wake up in the morning, the first thing on my head's a protein shake, and then gym, and then more food. It's always this constantly. Getting to the final would be success. Any other thing would be that there's something gone wrong, in my eyes.
Nicky Whelan, County Wexford, I'm 27.
Well, he's 1 metre 91 tall. He's in only his second year of competition, incidentally. He's a youngster in terms of the overall competitive arena.
Yeah, I've had surgery on my knee twice, and I've had a bicep injury this year and small bicep injury last year as well. And it kind of hinders your training because you're limited to what you can do, like, you know. To make the final and stay injury free, be a massive achievement for me.
massive achievement. It's my second year competing, so very big even to be here, to be honest.
The target for them all, the CMP Professional Trophy.
And all of those men looking to follow in the very large footsteps of the man standing beside me. 5 times winner of the UK's Strongest Man, the reigning but not defending champion, Glenn Ross. Not competing this year. Glenn, why not?
Well, after winning it 5 times and turning 40 this year, I felt it was time to hand over the helm to some younger guys.
Event 1 is the duck walk and drag. Glenn, tell the viewers what that's all about.
Well, are you ready for this? First event to kick off the Ultimate Strength Challenge. We have a 200 kilogram duck walk, 440 pound to be picked up, lifted and waddled like a duck up the course 15 meters. If that's not enough, we will then go on to this ultimate test ever in any strongman contest. A 40-foot lorry weighing over 20 tons in weight. 15-meter drag, that's what's up next. 3 men last year only managed this event, so I brought it now to kick the competition off. Hopefully there'll be more than 3. That's how tough it is. Who's going to do it? We'll soon see.
Well, I'd put it down to cruelty myself. They will pair off, Mark Lawson and Ed Hall. There's Ed Hall, big fella who is up against Mark Lawson. And this is very, very difficult because the legs under great pressure on that duck walk. That is one of the most difficult starts to a competition you can have because it's going to really punish the quads in particular and also strain the back because they've got to stay as upright as they can. And to get that weight at 200 kilograms all the way down, Ed Hall has done that as though it didn't exist. That's absolutely superb. England's Strongest Man for 2011, up against a fella who really wants to be better. And this pull on the lorry, the problem they've got is overcoming the inertia, getting it going. And once you've got it going, you've got to keep the pressure on, because if you don't, then you've got to overcome the inertia again. They've got terrific traction, but look at this, lean back, passive but in a way active arms. You've really got to keep the strength on, but use the legs. This is all there's a slip, and that really is a problem for Mark Lawson. He's got to start it all over again, and he knows how difficult that is. And remember, all this after the duck walk, which is a real tough start to any strongman competition. It really is. And I think that Mark Lawson's going to find this very, very difficult indeed. And he may not even get to the other end. And this is Ed Hall then, England's Strongest Man, coming through to take the win. Is it? No, the line. It's got to be the wheels to the front line, I would think. Yes, it is. There he is. He's got it. And oh dear, much appreciated, but my goodness me. Come on, he says, support. Well, that Ed Hall, 76 seconds or thereabouts for the drag, and just under 9 seconds for the duck walk. Richard, or rather Mark Lawson, a good deal slower than that. How we go on to the second pairing, Paul Roberts of Ireland versus Nicky Whelan. So Whelan, now then, what can he do? Now they know what the targets are now. Ed Hall at 76.12 on the drag. And it's the overall time situation that will matter. This is terrific stuff indeed. They have moved Whelan very, very strong indeed. Gets back. Now then, this is the part where the lorry... Now see how they get it moving. They've got to get it moving. Once they can start to move, it's 40 feet lorry, 20 tons, remember. And this is a very, very, and I use the word very twice, because a very difficult start to any strongman competition. It really is. They've got to get this thing going. And Roberts and Whelan really finding it difficult to get the lorry going at all. Well, now, are they going to... see, the distance will count as well to give them the places, but they're not getting this. Actually, jerking onto that harness will not help at all. It's got to be a constant pull to get the thing going, and I don't think it's happening. It is for one, and that's for Nicky Whelan. Just getting a little bit of movement out, but he's certainly not going to get it all the way down from that. and soon there'll be a time limit whistle, I would think. And Nicky Whelan just moving ahead, you can see on the far side. But this is going to be this is a tough one to start, and this is going to really tire them out for the activities to come. Look at this, just trying to get this thing moving. It's there's the whistle, and in fact Nicky Whelan's dragged it, 6 or 7 metres I would think, but Paul Roberts fails totally on that one. Well, that was a very difficult start for that pairing. Now Rob Drennan versus Ken Nowicki of Scotland. Now Ken Nowicki, the student who's just completed his Masters, and very bright but very, very determined young man up against Rob Drennan. Now then, it's a very difficult this because you're not able to get close enough to the weight. Oh, he didn't take it far enough. It's got to go completely over the line. The judge is very strict on that for Ken Nowicki. He's really got to start moving this now. Now then, can he do this? This is very, very tough. I mean, I'm just looking at this. They're finding it difficult to get it moving. I mean, they can't overcome the inertia. The actual service looks good. There looks to be a fair old traction, but this is just sheer brute strength to get it going. Once it can move, then you've got to keep the movement going. If you can't get it moving, well then obviously that's a big, big problem. They really are flat out on this. And this, I think this particular activity is going to take its toll in activities to come, because recovery is going to be a big problem here. I think Ken Nowicki's got a slight, yes, there's a slight movement there. And they'll be waiting for the whistle to declare the time up. And Rob Drennan is in all sorts of trouble. Nowicki trying very hard. He has got it moving though, as you can see on the far side. And there it is. Just around about a couple of metres there for Ken Nowicki, and he's going to win that pairing. My goodness me. So not a lot happening here at the moment with the drag.
See what you were doing there.
See Glenn Ross offering some advice all round. A bit late now, Glenn.
See what told you to lean back? Sissy squat.
Look at this. He's telling him what he's doing wrong. Well, Richard Smith, what can you do on this one versus Lewis McLean? Technique all important. Richard Smith on the left of your shot, Lewis McLean on the right, both going quite strongly indeed. 200 kilograms being duck walked down. That in itself takes an awful lot of strength out of those legs. And of course now the most difficult part, 40 feet of lorry, 20 tons of lorry, and get it moving first is the answer. Now let's just keep your eye on the wheel on the left of your shot, just to see. Well, it's gone now for the moment, but see if they can get it moving at all. Now then, Lewis McLean I think has got it moving, but certainly I think Richard Smith has got a slight movement on. Once they get it moving, then they've really got to keep it going. Oh yes, indeed, it's going now. Now Richard Smith's moving himself right up the board, but he's got a target, Ed Hall's target of 76.12, the confirmed time for him. That is the target, and this is a good effort, certainly by Richard Smith. Now then, how close can he get to Ed Hall, who went off, of course, in that first pairing? Mustn't let it stop. It's got to keep it going, and he does so. It's the wheels. He's got to take the wheels over the line, and the clock is ticking down. It's going to be very close to Ed Hall's time. I think it's just outside, but we'll wait for that confirmation. Brilliant pull, that. And of course you see Lewis McLean struggling, and really he's got it going about, what, a couple of metres or so, and really in trouble as the whistle goes. A couple of metres for Lewis McLean. That was the toughest start to any strongman competition I think I've seen. Glenn Ross not in it this year. I bet he's pleased about that. Well, let's confirm the result, incidentally, of that encounter. And what an encounter it was. And look how close it was. Ed Hall from Richard Smith, but very, very close. Both inside 77 seconds. Well, a man of incredible confidence indeed. But he's got another activity to follow. It's called the human wheelbarrow. Join us for that.